Swinburne University of Technology.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's graduation and award conferral ceremony is about to begin. Swinburne University of Technology Chancellor, Mr. Bill Scales AO, will preside over the ceremony. Mr. Scales will be preceded into the hall by Ms. Kathy Diakovsky, the mace bearer. The mace is the symbol of institutional authority and is carried as a symbolic weapon of protection. We ask you to respect the dignity of the occasion and remain in your seat throughout the ceremony, especially while the graduates are being presented on stage. Please turn any mobile phones off now. In case of emergency, the exit doors are located at the rear of the hall. The academic procession is about to enter the hall. Would you please stand?
Please remain seating for the National Anthem. The words are on the inside back cover of your program. Please be seated. My name is Tony Reid, the University Registrar, and I'd like to welcome you all to this graduation ceremony. This is one of 5 ceremonies the University is holding this week for nearly 2,000 Swinburne graduates across our higher education and TAFE divisions. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you the people who are here on stage. Seated at the centre of the stage is Mr. Bill Scales, AO, Chancellor of the University, who will preside over this ceremony. The Chancellor is joined today by Professor Andrew Flitman, Acting Vice-Chancellor and President of the University, Professor Shirley Leach, Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic, Professor Russell Crawford, Dean of the Faculty of Life and Social Sciences, who will be presenting graduates, Ms Geraldine Farrell from University Council, PhD graduates from the Faculty of Life and Social Sciences, who will be graduating later in the ceremony. And other than that, there are numerous professors, academics and administrative staff from the faculties who have played such a large part in the success of today's graduates. It now gives me great pleasure to invite Mr. Bill Scales, Chancellor of the University, to formally open proceedings.
Members of the University Council, members of staff, distinguished guests, graduands of course, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Swinburne University of Technology, it is with great pleasure that I welcome you to this graduation and award conferral ceremony. We are very pleased that so many of you have been able to attend to make this such a special occasion. This ceremony acknowledges the academic and research achievements of our students and represents a significant step in their process of lifelong learning. As a mark of respect to Australia's Indigenous people, Swinburne University of Technology acknowledges the Wurundjeri people as the traditional custodians of the land where we now meet to conduct this most important of ceremonies. On the occasion of this ceremony, the Council and staff of the University wish to share their pride and their congratulations with the graduates on their achievement. For all of us, this is a very special occasion. For the graduates, it means the culmination of years of study, hard work and achievement. For the parents, families and friends of the graduates, it means that all the sacrifices which you have made and all of the support which you have provided to these graduates here tonight have now finally been rewarded. I'm sure that just like us, you feel a great sense of pride and happiness in seeing your friend or your family member succeed in this most significant of ways. For the academic and administrative staff of the university, there is enormous satisfaction in seeing our students successfully complete their studies. For many of us, of course, this is what we live for. We live and we work to see people like these in front of us graduate and make a significant contribution to the world. While this ceremony rightly celebrates the achievement of our students, it is also an important occasion for the university. Swinburne prides itself on the quality of the teaching and learning it provides and of course the excellence of its research. This celebration gives public recognition of Swinburne's ongoing commitment to provide our students with a range of high quality educational qualifications. These qualifications will assist them in making a contribution certainly to their chosen profession, but importantly for Swinburne, given its heritage, it will also enable them to make a very significant contribution to their chosen community. Swinburne is committed to being a nationally and an internationally recognised institution where our education programs and our research are relevant to the world community as well as to Australia. We're committed to this goal because increasingly our graduates, and for the graduates here today, you will be no exception to this rule. You will work outside of Australia and many of you will establish successful international careers. And of course our researchers routinely collaborate with other scholars from all around the world. I'd now like to call upon Mr. Tony Reid, Registrar of the University and Director of Student Operations, to verify that the graduates listed in the program are in fact eligible to receive their awards.
Chancellor, I have the honour to inform you that in accordance with the statutes and regulations of Swinburne University of Technology, the graduates who will be presented at this ceremony, or who have applied to have their award conferred in absentia, have fulfilled the conditions prescribed and are entitled to the award of bachelor degree, graduate certificate, graduate diploma, postgraduate diploma, master degree and Doctor of Philosophy as appropriate of Swinburne University.
Graduates, could I ask you to please rise for the conferral of awards? And by the way, you look just terrific. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Council of Swinburne University of Technology, I admit the duly authorised graduates here present and those in absentia to the appropriate awards and all of the rights and all of the privileges of those awards. Let me be the first to congratulate you. Well done. Graduates, please take your seat. I now call upon Professor Russell Crawford, the Dean of the Faculty of Life and Social Sciences, to present his graduates.
This evening I have the great pleasure of presenting to you the graduates from the Faculty of Life and Social Sciences here at Swinburne University of Technology. The Faculty of Life and Social Sciences is one of the largest of Swinburne's 6 faculties. It offers a wide range of undergraduate and postgraduate programs in the areas of arts and humanities, health science, media, multimedia, psychology, science and social science. The faculty has grown its student intake substantially over the last few years, highlighting the popularity of our programs, particularly in the life sciences and the social sciences. Our programs provide students with the opportunity to gain an integrated understanding of the interface between science, technology and society and human behaviour in an international context. We also seek to prepare our students to take on leadership roles. Many of the graduates here tonight will find themselves in leadership positions with the power to influence the ways in which new technologies are developed in these times of unprecedented change. We're very proud of the research facilities here at Swinburne. The faculty has 2 Tier 1 research centres, the Brain and Psychological Sciences Centre and the Institute for Social Research. We also have the Environment and Biotechnology Centre. Tonight's graduation ceremony sees 12 of our postgraduate students graduating with either a PhD or a Doctor of Psychology, most of whom spent the last few years within one of these faculty research centres. We are very proud of these students. Each has made an original contribution to knowledge in their respective areas, and importantly, the results of these projects will help society. Whether it be Rosemary Higgins or Gordana Bruce, whose projects studied lifestyle changes that occur for people who have suffered heart attacks or surgery. Katie Weinman, who researched the impact of the therapist-client alliance in counselling situations. Grant O'Sullivan, who studied the impact of body image on selected groups of men. Vivian Silbert, whose work dealt with the descendants of Holocaust survivors and the transmission of trauma experienced by these people. Peter Gollan, Danny Tilmanis and Shi Ng, whose research projects used a range of biotechnological techniques to improve our health and our food. Barry Hancock, who studied the politics of rural water allocations. Peter Ide, whose work has provided a greater understanding of individuals who suffer from major depression. And Jessica Chan, who studied the impact of divorce on families in the Singapore context. Jessica has flown here from Singapore with her family, friends and students to celebrate this important occasion, also with one of Swinburne's honorary professors, Professor Chwit in Tan. We welcome those people. Research programs like these, together with the coursework programs offered by the faculty, highlight the practical and theoretical experience gained by students at Swinburne. As Thomas Edison once said, opportunity is missed by most people because it's dressed in overalls and looks like work. After their education at Swinburne, it's now up to these students to show the dedication needed to seize opportunities in their lives and to use the knowledge to achieve their goals. So as the students here tonight are being presented with their awards up on stage, please take a moment to think about the experiences and opportunities they have had during their year studying at Swinburne. Theirs is not an ordinary degree, it's practical, industry relevant and delivered by leaders in their field. I'd like to offer my congratulations to the graduates as they leave Swinburne today to embark on the next stage of their lives, and I wish them all the best in their future lives together. Well done. Chancellor, I have the honour to present to you the graduates on whom you have conferred an award. For the Bachelor of Arts, Aisling Olivia Cooper. Mitchell Wallace Eddy. Alicia Kong. Jessica Che Lee. Jessica Rachel Matiska. Kieran Douglas Morris. Erin Elizabeth O'Grady. Angela Simiklis. Manasa Watnau. For the Bachelor of Arts in Games and Interactivity, Matt Douglas Collins. Dmitry Gershenzon. Joseph William Harvey. Liam Christopher Maguire. Richard Tran. Roshana Amila Wickramasuriya. For the Bachelor of Arts in Media and Communications, Stephanie Balasio. Andrea Biagini. Sarah Chan. Alexandra Bell Chivers. Mark Thomas Deutscher. Kate Elizabeth Dockery. Georgia Doyle. Sarah Catherine Gallagher. Nicole Gittis. Bartholomew Thomas Healy. Siuti Hon. Valora Hoti. Stephanie Ibigoni Jumbo. Sarah Rose Kirby. Samantha Marie Cordila. Sarah Margaret Leckie. Tegan Carly Lewis. Ashley Masters. Claire Emma McClune. Andrew Leonard Misson. Genevieve Newman. Nancy Nunes. Stephanie Kate Reed. Jacqueline Simon Scrow. Christina Ching Yi Tho. Fern Speechley. Edward Ashley Summerfield. Nicole Zabo. John Alfred Taylor. Cara Elise Taylor. Kate Jacqueline Thomas. Jane Nicole Thompson. Katia Toignolo. For the Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and Psychophysiology, Tamara Bobera. Anne Claire Duncan. Leanne Marie Gordon. Belinda Iokono. Benjamin Michael Slade. Chanel Silimos. Chrisanne Eusebia Widrose. Yukika Yano. For the Bachelor of Health Science in Public and Environmental Health, Christine Elise Dalglish. Prabhakar Gaware. Onit Rajendra Kumar. Emily Kate Landman. Guy Anthony Price. Yolandra Tree. For the Bachelor of Multimedia, Denny Gunawan. Hioi Lydia Hariono. Yingzo Hei. Damith Wirathanga Malayawa. Zen Zhu. For the Bachelor of Multimedia in Business Marketing, Timothy Stewart Larson. Christopher Philip Mitsuraki. Cheng Leong Si. Yesa Sayarazet. For the Bachelor of Multimedia in Games and Interactivity and the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science and Software Engineering, Aaron Robert Balthazar. Alex Benevento. Lachlan John Bird. Damien Clark. Matthew Elvey Price. Troy Anthony Ferguson. Brian Gamullion. Simon Grant. Min Siang Bruce Kiao. Daniel Joseph Lennox. Gavin Shannon Lowe. Cameron Phillips. Patrick Damien Purcell. Ivan Rakovic. Valery Shorinov. Jacqueline Varga. Patrick Wadsworth. For the Bachelor of Multimedia in Media Studies, Daniel Vickers Lambro. Amelina Liu. Gabrielle Rose Russo. Scott Whitboy. For the Bachelor of Science, Samantha Emma Britton. Christian Arian Fennick. Thomas van Grootveld. For the Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Sciences, Alexander J. Dyson. Benson Falk. Louise Elizabeth King. Mariam Saad Mati Suleiman. For the Bachelor of Science in Biotechnology, Glenn Cruz. Georgina Juan A. Fenn. Luke Christian Jabolda. Vegeta Eroshan Pereira Muramaga. Samantha Joy Milak. Veronica Ung. For the Bachelor of Science in Biotechnology and Biochemistry, Anna Jenkins. For the Bachelor of Science in Biotechnology and Biochemistry and the Bachelor of Business, Catherine Louise Miller. For the Bachelor of Science in Psychology and Biochemistry, Jade Elizabeth Bailey. Carly Varga. For the Bachelor of Science in Psychology and Psychophysiology, Yana Anastasiadis. Emma Barlow. Louise Ellen Burke. Samantha Emily Boyle. Charisse Celestino. Andrew Charalambos. Lee Seong Min Dalton. Erin Lee Date. Nusha J. De Cruz. Alexandra Natasha Delaga. Francisco Huaga Sashishka. Angela Rose Gale. Caroline Marie Louise Gaston. Ryan Patrick Hamer. George Issa. Sweba Nemat Javid. Gregory Ian Kennedy. George Nicholas Contis. Rebecca Carol Consart. Michelle Louise Lambin. Carla Dominica Mafoda. Nicole McAuliffe. Priyadashini Ravichandran. Lauren Michelle Rawlings. Jeffrey Michael Redan. Adam Michael Rossley. Emma Nicole Rothstein. Elizabeth Carol Rowe. Carlin Setia. Stephanie Cecilia Tan Cristanto. Alira Catherine Terrens. Mariana Natalie Theodorou. Fabian Frank Trigili. Sarah Elizabeth Tuntel. Chiara Marie Turcarelli. Lucinda Amanda Weiner. Tanya Helen Wallace. Elise Jenna White. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Christina Balkos. Carey Churo. Katira Gudas. Tegan Elizabeth Hardam. Linda Hudson. Amina Ismail Yar. Farida Kazi. Nok Tram Lee. Kate Robin Rosier. Kate Marie Salisbury. Edward Schofield. Ella Phoebe Smethurst. Bianca Spadafora. Erin Barbara Watson. For the Bachelor of Social Science in Psychology, Natalia Ann Christine Antonio. Kevin William Binding. Morgan Charles. Ishan Isabel Chen. Tammy Marie Cochrane. Erin Danielle Dawson. Laura Marie Diamicis. Edwina Lily Devine. Catherine Jane Hunter. Caroline Ladow. Chuang Kwok Lee. Lucy Elizabeth Maxwell. Damien Francis Panozza. Laura Michelle Piccolo. Alexander John Roy. Haidi Jin Russell. Thomas Willem Ryan. Danielle Shannon. Sushin Tan. Jake Patrick Tyler. Maria Vasilevskaya. Jasmine Lee Zana. For the Bachelor of Arts Honours, Alice Elizabeth Aiken. Damien John Asling. Robin Ann Callaghan. Anne-Marie Emma Carey. Benjamin Kevin Chandler. Grace Chow. Sally Clark. Michael John Costello. Emma Margaret Curry. Erin Fogg. Luke Benjamin Garn. Georgia May Glastonbury. Michael Everett Harter. Alexander Michael House. Jessica Kate Jones. Catherine Louise Poulton. Alicia Ann Randell. Katrina Ann Rushworth. Daniel William Henry Salmon. Catherine Laura Scaresbrook. Monique Amy Seymour. Patrick Benjamin Smith. Aman Suki. Megan Louise Walter. Tegan Jane Willersdorf. For the Bachelor of Science Honours in Biotechnology and Biochemistry, Rebecca Kate Flecknoe. Geeta. For the Bachelor of Science Honours in Psychophysiology, Simone Peters. Todd Andrew Zado. For the Bachelor of Science in Medical Biophysics, Peter Torfik. For the Bachelor of Social Science in Community Health, Matthew Den Burgess. Miranda Isabel Chin. For the Graduate Certificate in Career Development, Ian Robert Begg. For the Graduate Certificate of Arts in Media and Communications, Narissa Lee Colley. Casey Hickey. For the Graduate Certificate of Social Science in Housing Management and Policy, Merrin Louise Hollyman. Kylie Annette Monk. Micah Corder Williams. For the Graduate Diploma in Career Development, Gina Bell. For the Graduate Diploma of Arts in Commercial Radio, Samuel Christian Gray. For the Graduate Diploma of Arts in Media and Communications, David Anthony Epstein. Anna Kanbai. For the Graduate Diploma of Psychology, Gary Dean Maloney. For the Graduate Diploma of Science in Applied Statistics, Maria Carol Christopher. For the Graduate Diploma of Science in Good Manufacturing Practices, Nageswara Nayaki Jeraryaja. For the Graduate Diploma of Social Science in Family Therapy, Karen Sue Schneider. For the Graduate Diploma of Social Science in Technical Communications, Con Descenso. For the Postgraduate Diploma of Psychology, Kerry Athanasiadis. Sonia Dempsey. Natasha Margaret Katopodis. Catherine Patricia O'Brien. Davina Tribick. For the Graduate Diploma of Science in Cardiac Technology, Rachel Kathleen Crozier. Victoria Gaisman. For the Master of Arts in Media and Communications, Rachita Nikhil Desai. Lee Simon Claver. Claire Ellen McGarry. For the Master of Multimedia, Bhavna Budna. Jennifer Jo Cook. Aju Falah. Kevin Ying Ming Ho. Jessica Laura Lewis. For the Master of Multimedia Technology, Satika Koesno. Madhuvanti Rangaswamy. For the Master of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Aisha Bryden. Lisa Sin Men Katania. For the Master of Psychology in Counselling Psychology, Yelena Fishman. Margaret Helen Fry. Joseph Matthew McKeddy. For the Master of Science in Applied Statistics, Thomas William Anderson. Ian Douglas Handley. For the Master of Science in Biotechnology, Paramarajan Achuthan. Sue Ellen Coelno. Charanpreet Kaur. Konok Konkal Malak. Doris Blessy Priyanka Marella. Dinesh Raj Methuku. Roxanne Mariata Vaz. For the Master of Science in Cardiovascular Perfusion, Nicholas Sam Carr. Shane Anthony Houston. For the Master of Science in Good Manufacturing Practices, Tan Hong Chow Nguyen. For the Master of Science Honours in Good Manufacturing Practices, Jelika Topelovic. Satyadeep Vemuri. For the Master of Social Science in Professional Counselling, Angkar Yong. Chin Mu Yam Flora. Jua Sui Gek Margaret. Mariam Binta Ibrahim. LG Ambikai Amy Kriegsmann. Lee Chung Yan. Lim Siu Peng. Ng Yu Hoon. Hema, daughter of Sivanathan. Tan Yi Zi. Yao Miao Siang. For the Master of Social Science in Family Therapy, Judith Ann Emond. Nicole Ann Harris. Mary Ursula McManus. Colleen Gale Morris. Joy Margaret Schmidt. Peter August Schmidt. Nicole Diane Schultz. Malcolm Charles Ward. For the Master of Social Science in Human Services Counselling, John Arbour. Marilyn Therese Fitzpatrick. Rita Virginia Kanchunas. Caroline Linley Morrison. Chancellor, I have the honour to present to you the graduates on whom you have conferred the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. The thesis citations are printed in the graduation ceremony program, and I would encourage you to please read them to see the wonderful work that's being done at Swinburne University of Technology at the postgraduate level. For the Doctor of Psychology in Counselling Psychology, Katie Marina Wyman. Katie's thesis title is What Therapists Bring to Therapy, an examination of therapists' effects on the alliance and the characteristics which build the therapist-client alliance. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Kate Marina Wyman for the degree of Doctor of Psychology in Counselling Psychology. For the Doctor of Psychology in Health Psychology, Rosemary Olive Higgins. Rosemary's thesis title is Factors Related to Spontaneous Changes in Fat Intake and Physical Activity After Coronary Angioplasty. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Rosemary Olive Higgins for the degree of Doctor of Psychology in Health Psychology. For the Doctor of Psychology in Health Psychology, Grant O'Sullivan. Grant's thesis title is Body Image and Its Impact on Selected Groups of Men. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Grant O'Sullivan for the degree of Doctor of Psychology in Health Psychology. Chancellor, I have the honour to present to you the graduates on whom you have conferred the degree of Doctor. For the Doctor of Philosophy, Gordana Josipa Bruce. Gordana's thesis title is Living with Heart Disease, the Impact of a Cardiac Event on Patients and Their Partners. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Gordana Bruce for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. For the Doctor of Philosophy, Chan Lai Cheng Jessica. Jessica's thesis title is Divorce Factors, Outcomes, Adjustments and Interventions, a three-part study on the Singapore experience. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Chan Lai Cheng Jessica for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. For the Doctor of Philosophy, Peter Ayad. Peter's thesis title is Personality, Brain Electrical Activity and Neuropsychology in Medication-Free Patients with Major Depression. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Peter Ayad for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. For the Doctor of Philosophy, Peter Gollan. Peter's thesis title is Exploring the Roles of FK506 Binding Proteins in Chloroplast Function and Plant Development. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Peter Gollan for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. For the Doctor of Philosophy, Barry Thomas Hancock. Barry's thesis title was Watershed or Water Shared, an inquiry into the politics of rural water allocations in Victoria. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Barry Thomas Hancock for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. For the Doctor of Philosophy, Danielle Renee Tilmanis. Danielle's thesis title is Growth and Therapeutic Properties of Agaricus blazei. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Danielle Renee Tilmanis for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. For the Doctor of Philosophy, Shi Ping Ng. Shiping's thesis title is Genetic Systems Encoding Heavy Metal Resistance and/or Transport in Acromobacter species strain A022 and their applications in environmental biotechnology. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Shiping Ng for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. For the Doctor of Philosophy, Vivian Silbert. Vivian's thesis title is 3 Degrees of Separation, Processes and Outcomes in Intergenerational Transmission of Trauma in Second and Third Generation Holocaust Survivors. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Vivian Silbert for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Chancellor, I have the honour to present to you the final awards of this evening. For the Master of Social Science, Family Therapy, Kelly Quirk. For the Graduate Diploma of Science, Biotechnology, Fijo George Maelan. And for the Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and Psychophysiology, Sally Louise Brooks. Chancellor, that concludes the awards for the Faculty of Life and Social Sciences. I now call upon Louise King, who graduated today with a Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Sciences, to speak on behalf of the graduates.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of the University Council, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today, each student in this room has ended their journey. We are all here to celebrate our graduations. On behalf of the graduating students, I would sincerely like to thank everyone who has supported us on our way. From the very beginning, we have felt like a part of the university community. Swinburne has a fantastic reputation, not only for its standard of teaching, but for its close, supportive environment. The staff at Swinburne especially deserve our thanks for their assistance over the year. Every student here has been taught by people with a passion for what they do. We must also thank our classmates for accompanying us on this journey. It has been a privilege to share the classroom with people aiming for the same goals. But it's not just assignments and exams that make up a degree. It is also about growing as a person, something we couldn't have done without the support of both our friends and our families. Through all the challenges and rewards, they have been there for us, helping us in times of need, listening, financial assistance, and helping us with leisure time. For all of us, this is a very proud moment and something we have worked towards for a number of years. We are honoured to have you here with us today, celebrating our success. Now, as we look at starting our new journeys, we acknowledge those who have contributed to our studies. The knowledge, the friendships and experience we have gained during our time at Swinburne will help us succeed on whichever path we choose. To my fellow students, congratulations and good luck for the future. Thank you.
And thank you, Louise. To Swinburne graduates, I know that this evening is the culmination of years of hard work, and that during this time you've had the encouragement and help of family and friends. On yours and the university's behalf, I do wish to thank them most sincerely for their support of your studies here at Swinburne, and for being here, of course, tonight to see you graduate. I am sure that they, just like us, are incredibly proud of everything that you have achieved. Graduates, I'm going to now ask you if you wouldn't mind standing up turning round and joining me to congratulate and to thank all of those people who have supported you during your journey. Let's applaud them for their support. Thank you, graduates. Please take your seats. Graduates, I also think it's probably appropriate again on your behalf to also take this opportunity to thank the academic and the administrative staff of Swinburne for their contribution to our education while you've been with us. Could I ask all of the staff, please, to rise, academic and administrative, please. Please rise. Graduates, let's thank them. Well done. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Graduates, I do hope that you will consider that this is the beginning of a lifelong association with us here at Swinburne. I know it's a cliche, but education is in fact a continuing process. And I do hope that many of you will continue with your studies and hopefully come back and join us here at Swinburne. I'd also like to encourage you to participate in the activities of the Swinburne Alumni Association. The association is there for you so that you can stay in contact with your other students because you will need them at some stage during your career. So stay in touch with them. One way to do so is through the Alumni Association. As I say, it's there for you and for your benefit. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to now conclude this formal part of the Swinburne ceremony to congratulate all of the students here tonight and to wish them all of the best for the future. Well done, congratulations, well done.
Thank you, Chancellor. Excuse me. On behalf of the members of the Council and the university community, I invite you to join us for refreshments which will be served in the foyer outside. Would you now please stand while the official party, academic procession and procession of graduates leaves the hall.
has been a Swinburne production.